We get fast and furious on episode 299 of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Hello everybody, it's Tracy here, your wonderful host. It's very quiet.
Because we're waiting for you to introduce us.
I wasn't still. Well, you've ruined it now. Okay, so with me then is Lee.
Hello everyone.
And Chris.
Hey guys.
We've got no Darren this time, because he's having some work done on his house. It's not plastic surgery. Yeah, he couldn't be here. So
He's going to look fabulous once he gets back.
Oh, yes.
So we shall do our best to soldier on as a trio.
Absolutely. You will definitely be back here for next week, because next week is
Special.
our big 300.
300.
Woo! So the thing is, I've just made a big deal of it now, and if it's not an amazing, star-studded, spectacular show, everyone's going to be like, is that it?
Yeah, it's going to be our 300-minute podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, no, we haven't done them for a long time. Have we done a 300-minute? How long's 300 minutes? 3 hours and odd.
Yeah.
No, it's more than that.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're not doing that.
5 hours. Yeah, that's... We'll do a live stream, 5 hours.
Yeah.
You heard it here, guys.
That's not what we normally run to before Lee edits it all. So
No, it's not. I'm not that good.
So yes, come back next week because we are doing our top 300.
Top 300 what?
Just top 300.
The top 300 things at Universal Orlando. You just start at the top, work your way
You'd
down.
have to name every menu item.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. Right, okie dokie. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? We shall start with our traditional Producers Club birthdays. We have one this time for you, and that is the delightful Patrick Hopkins, whose birthday is on May the 20th. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
I hope you have a lovely day.
Yes, may it be at Universal.
Still no cake.
No one's giving you a cake.
I'm getting that. Right. I think we should start with a little clip from Maureen, Autism at the Park.
Yes, as we said already, this show is going to be very heavily fast and furious.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Hi, this is Maureen Deal with Autism at the Parks, and I'm recording for the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. And today I'm at Universal Studios, Florida, outside the Fast and Furious Supercharged attraction. This ride is a high-octane journey into the underground racing world, according to the marquee. The vehicle is very similar to the Kong vehicles. It's benches on a moving vehicle. There's no individual seats. It's just one long bench. And persons with the following conditions should not ride: those with heart conditions or abnormal blood pressure, back, neck, or similar physical conditions, expectant mothers, motion sickness or dizziness, medical sensitivity to strobe effects, and if you've had recent surgery or other conditions that may be aggravated by this ride. Guests under 40 inches may not ride this attraction, and guests between 40 and 48 inches must be accompanied by a supervising companion. Those guests who have a standard wheelchair, you can remain in your wheelchair for the attraction, or you can transfer. The ride does not accommodate motorized vehicles like scooter or electronic wheelchair. Guests with service animals should see the attendant for assistance. You should secure all loose items or leave with a non-rider. Now, one other thing to remember on this attraction, the queue is very fascinating. It's a long walkway. Most of it is indoors. If it's an extended queue day where there's a lot of guests in line, you're going to be outside in the sun with little shade for a small portion of the queue. Inside is very fascinating. All the vehicles set up and the items that you could look at and take great photo opportunities. The queue is not very loud or overwhelming sensory-wise. However, once you get on the attraction, it's extremely loud. It's very overpowering sensory-wise. There's smoke, there's flashing lights, there's loud booms, there's vehicles crashing, there's guns going off. So if you have a family member that is a bit sensitive to those kinds of sensory input, this is not the ride for them. It is a very high-intense ride, but it's also fun, especially if you're a fan of the movies. I think you would enjoy this attraction. And and it's something to check out when you come here. And this has been Maureen Deal for the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast, signing off.
Chris, are you a fan of the movies?
I actually am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Let's just leave that for later.
Yeah.
I did have a little moment because Maureen had a little pause where she said, and guess between 40 and 48, and I nearly went, yes, I can't ride it.
It was the fact that she said this is a high octane experience, according to the banner.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, let's save it.
Yes. Chris, I do believe you have a SPEW for us.
I do. So, let's SPEW today. Oh, this is a good one here. What's up, UUOP? Arrived home this week from a typically awesome visit to UOR and thought I'd share 3 SPEWs with you. All 3 happened to be at restaurants/bars, but were impressive enough that I kept details. I also have passed along my kudos for these individuals to Universal as well. Good job. While enjoying one of the many margaritas and light meals under the seaplane at the Lone Palm portion of Margaritaville, my daughter and I were helped by a nice young lady by the name of Zulika. Very friendly, chatty in a good way, on a pretty busy afternoon. I looked around at one point, but didn't see her around the bar. She walked back past us shortly from the City Walk side, looking a bit worn out, but smiling. I asked her if everything was cool, to which she replied nonchalantly, "Oh yeah, just had to run down a tab."
Oh,
wow.
Seems a decent-sized group of English-speaking international tourists left without paying the bill. She boldly followed them into City Walk and procured payment in full. Impressive, given that she kept her great attitude afterwards and remained cheerful and helpful as ever. Well done, girl. And that was from Brian Jennings. And we'll also share his other 2 SPEWs in the coming weeks.
Cool.
that's a hard thing to do as a team member, to actually chase people down who haven't paid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not something I'd like to do.
No.
That's
I'd be
just
like, security.
sucking out those people too, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't dream of it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But she kept up her good attitude, which is sometimes hard to do. I mean, I haven't been in the serving industry, but I have friends who have, and that happens more often than you think.
I think theme parks in general, you've got to be a certain type of person to deal with it. It's like if you think working in guest services in any industry is bad, but then you think about theme parks, and you only have to look back to when Volcano Bay opened last year that we heard that. I know, Chris, you've had brilliant experiences at Volcano Bay, but the amount of times we heard that the lines for guest services after people's days in Volcano Bay were horrendously long. And
I bet.
You can imagine just being sat in your little booth and this line of people stretched thinking, oh my God, I just don't need this now.
And how many of those are going to be good comments in that line?
No, they're not, are they? It's always the disgruntled people that are the loudest.
Yeah,
exactly.
And they still keep their cool, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
like you said, it's a certain kind of person that has to do it.
I couldn't.
Yeah. I think it might be a medicated person that does that job.
But then that's why we've tried to do SPEW and encourage people that if you've had a decent team member experience, go to guest services and tell them as well.
Well, we always have, haven't we? Because this is the thing. I think it's come from us going over to Florida, that even over here we'll do the same thing, that if we've had good service, we'll speak to somebody's manager. We'll thank them and speak to the manager about it, because people are too quick to complain and not quick enough to give praise and thanks.
Absolutely.
Just saying thank you, sometimes people forget.
It goes a long way as well to be told that you've done a good job.
It does.
Mm-hmm. And just for doing your job too. I mean.
So yes, if you have a SPEW that you would like to share with us, and please do, even if it's from a while ago, but you can remember all the details.
Oh, yeah.
Just let us know. Because, we like to hear about them too. Drop that to us in an email to podcast@uuopodcast.com. Brilliant.
I think this is actually the longest running segment we've been doing on the show at this point. I think we started SPEW way, way back in the day, not long after Hunter joined.
No.
So it's been going a long time.
Yeah. So were we still in single figures then?
I think it might have been in double figures, but early double figures.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah, it's a great segment.
Yes. Now have we had enough of a break to go back into Fast and Furious?
Yeah.
Do you think you have? Right. Okay, people. Get comfy. Here's your Here's your complete guide to the virtual line at Fast and Furious.
Yeah, now, as Fast and Furious Supercharged has recently opened at Universal Studios Florida to interesting reviews, we know all of you listening are dying to ride it. So we thought we'd share Universal's recent blog post on everything you need to know about using the virtual line, because obviously this is this the second, or do we class Volcano Bay as the second, and this the third attempt they've used to use like the virtual line?
Yes.
Technically, it's the second one, isn't it? It's the second one in the parks.
What about the Pterodon Flyers?
Oh, true. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm all over. I have no idea. Then apparently it's the fourth.
There you go. Then.
So the number one tip, they say, is download the official Universal Orlando Resort app. It says the easiest way to access the virtual line is to download the official app. And within the app, you can view wait times, park maps, show times, and of course, the virtual line return time. So after downloading the app, you tap on the
new word.
After downloading the app, tap on the image of Fast and Furious Supercharged from the home screen. Once on the Fast and Furious Supercharged attraction page, tap on Virtual Line and tap Reserve. Next, select how many people are in your party. Seems easy. The app will then display the next available return times. Simply select the time that's most convenient to you and tap Reserve. Once you've received your return time, feel free to explore Universal Studios Florida. Just be sure to return a few minutes before your time for access to the attraction. You can also reserve your ride time by visiting one of the kiosks outside of the main entrance of the attraction.
Seems simple enough.
And I will say it works well.
Okay,
it does.
That's good.
Yes, they're fine tuning this thing, and it's starting to work really well like that.
That's good. That's good to know.
Hear.
Yeah, something's got to go right.
Yes.
So number 2, returning to Fast and Furious Supercharged. A few minutes before your return time, head to the main entrance of Fast and Furious Supercharged to scan your mobile phone and be granted access. Keep in mind, Fast and Furious Supercharged also has a single rider option for guests who do not mind being split up from their group, one rider at a time. For those guests with Universal Express Pass, you won't need to make a virtual line return time and can proceed directly to the attraction entrance.
See, that's weird. So there's 4 lines. Does it have a standby line, Chris?
I want to say yes, because we saw a sign with like an actual wait time, which was hovering around 50 minutes both times that we went to go ride it. But we booked our virtual line prior.
So it's
it's got like 4 lines. You're right.
Yeah, the virtual line, express, standby, and single rider. That's weird.
I guess they're trying to get as many people on here as they can.
I think that was the issue with Fallon when it first opened, wasn't it? They didn't have a standby line, and I know Hunter tried to ride it at least 3 times on 3 separate visits and couldn't because all the virtual lines had gone when he got there. And then they did open a standby line. It's
frustrating.
It's just weird. It's an awkward thing. I think it's one of those things that you're going to see it run at its best in the new park because they can do it from the ground up, whereas trying to retrofit it into a park that doesn't work that way entirely is awkward.
Yep.
So number 3, incredible storytelling, muscle cars, and your mission. As you make your way through the attraction, you'll pass through iconic scenes inspired by the Fast and the Furious films, such as a family barbecue picnic area, which I've seen.
It's cool.
And it looks trashed.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool, actually.
Once you're in, keep an eye out for Mia and team's text messages because they'll give you details about your upcoming mission. So that's quite cool. And
that's the text messages on your phone.
Yeah, so
that's
if you're
cool.
you're in the app, obviously.
Yeah.
And then it's a bit interactive as well. I'm quite impressed with that.
I think it's a good way that they know people are going to be on their phones in line, so let's make them use it for the attraction that they're going to be on rather than just scroll through Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
So number 4 says, turn up the game. So for the first time ever, we've supercharged the official Universal Orlando Resort app to feature exclusive Fast and Furious character bios, quizzes, and even a few unlockable surprises. While walking through Fast and Furious Supercharged, you can compete against each other using the app and play head-to-head in Fast and Furious trivia games, including the finalists' alias being displayed on a leaderboard for all to see. Not to mention mad bragging rights. That's actually quite cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We did that online too. It was fun.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
Number 5. Ready, set, start your engines. You turn a corner and hear the engines revving. It's time to ride. Hop aboard a souped-up party bus to make your way to a race after party that Dom invited you to. Unfortunately for you, things don't go quite as planned. Do they ever? Mm-hmm. And you'll join the Fast and Furious family as you try to escape the clutches of criminal mastermind Owen Shaw. Virtual line will not always be needed to experience Fast and Furious Supercharged. Check the official Universal Orlando Resort app or with the team member at the front entrance to see if you can enter right then.
There you go. You say things don't go well for you. What? Because you get on the bus.
Yeah, because you entered the entrance of this ride.
Yeah.
Oh, it's bad, isn't it, when we're already ripping it to bits and there's only one of us ridden it.
It does seem like it is another Jimmy Fallon where it's all about the queue and then just don't bother with the rest.
Yeah, we'll get there.
I know.
You can hear Chris is champing at the bit.
I know. He's revving his engines.
Oh, my tongue is so bit right now.
Oh, my God.
Well, while you go and soothe your tongue, Chris,
Yes.
we'll listen to an ad from Mouse Muggle.
Hey guys, Michelle and Robin here from Mouse Muggle Travel Company. Sorry to interrupt this awesome episode of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast.
We promise not to bore you this time.
So, blah, 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 we sell vacation packages.
And blah, 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 we're experts on Universal and Disney destinations.
And blah, 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 our services are free to you.
But what you might not know, we're just a couple of super cool ladies who like to have fun and know all of the tips and tricks to make your vacation all you had dreamed it would be.
You can learn more about us at mousemuggle.com and fill out a quick quote request form while you're there.
Just be sure to let us know you heard about us from the UUOP. And remember, whether you're a mouse
or a muggle, Mouse Muggle Travel Company can help make your next vacation simply magical.
And we are back. And, right, let's have a look. Where should we go? I think we shall have a little things with Seth, please.
Hey everyone, this is Seth Kabursky. I'm back with another look at all the little things that are new around the Universal Orlando Resort. And this time out, we're going to focus on some cool new updates at Universal Studios Florida. The first and most important is that I am thrilled to report Botanicus is back. Woo! Yes, the animatronic figure of Botanicus, E.T.'s teacher, has returned to the queue of the E.T. Adventure ride. He's been missing for many months, and when he initially went away, I was told part of the reason was because the queue had been reconfigured and guests were too close to the figure and able to touch it. Ooh. I noticed now that the figure is back and operational, they're no longer using the lane of standby queue that is closest to his rock. I will note that while the figure is back and moving, there are still some issues with lighting, fog, and his sound. His sound is very distorted, and none of the proper lighting or hologram effects are working. Let's move our way around the Universal Studios Florida Lagoon over to the Race Through New York with Jimmy Fallon ride, where I learned about something recently called a VIP studio tour. This is similar to the production tour at the Mummy and the immigration tour at Men in Black. If you go up to the entrance and request a studio tour, you might get a peek at the ride's control room, a lookout on the balcony that's reserved for VIP guests, or even a photo with #ThePanda. The best time to do this is when they are not too busy. They have to have staff available in order to do it. So check around 10 a.m. or 4 p.m., and weekdays are usually better than weekends. Speaking of the Mummy's production tour, it is currently suspended because there is construction going on at Revenge of the Mummy. Construction walls have blocked off the ride's main entrance, riders are currently entering directly through the museum facade. I've heard that the lockers, which are outside of the ride, are going to be moved indoors into what was formerly the extended queue area.
Okay.
No word yet on exactly when that project will be complete. And right next door to the Mummy, Louis' Pizza Restaurant had its ice cream window open outdoors for the first time in quite a while. Even had a line of people waiting. And I noticed that they are now serving gelato floats. That's an ice cream float made instead with gelato. Those floats cost $6.49 and are available in Sprite and raspberry, root beer and vanilla and salted caramel, orange and vanilla, or Coke and vanilla. Continuing on to the new Fast and the Furious Supercharged attraction, which has had its big official media debut. Here's a little hint. If the standby wait time is 30 minutes or less, you're not going to save any time by using the virtual line or express. The merge point for the attractions is such that the last 30 minutes waiting for the first pre-show will be experienced by pretty much everyone. If the standby wait is longer than 30 minutes, then you can save some time with virtual or express. And while they were running 6 buses today, which is the maximum number of vehicles that the attraction can handle, the single rider line took 45 minutes when the posted standby time was 60 minutes. So don't count on the single rider line at Fast and Furious to save you that much time. We're going to finish up at Islands of Adventure, where markings have appeared on the support structure of the Pteranodon Flyers ride in Camp Jurassic at Jurassic Park. Now, these don't mean that that ride is going to be removed. It could just be a maintenance inspection check, but it could also be a sign of something big coming to Jurassic Park in the not-so-distant future. One last note, you won't be hearing me in 2 weeks because I'm taking an episode off for the Orlando Fringe Festival. If you're unfamiliar with the Fringe, it's the largest and oldest fringe theater festival in the United States. And this year there will be several plays and musicals with theme park themes, including Monorail Inferno and Callbacks. So if you are in the Orlando area for the last 2 weekends of May, check that out at orlandofringe.org. I'll see you again in 4 weeks. Until then, I'm Seth Kabursky from the Unofficial Guides, Touring Plans, Orlando Weekly, Attractions Magazine, and I'll be keeping an eye out on all those little things for you.
So you spend years and years at Universal Orlando Resort waiting for a bus and 6 come along at once.
Your moment had to come at some point.
We're saving that one right.
You were holding that from the beginning, weren't you?
I was.
Interesting stuff in there.
Yes, the Jurassic Park thing goes along with a lot of the stuff that Alicia's been talking about in the rumour mill on the last one that Alicia did with some potential changes coming to Jurassic Park.
Yep. And then Thrill Geek tweeted today, according to Universal Orlando Passport, a new dinosaur in the Raptor encounter will be coming soon. Now, we don't know any more than that, do we?
No, other than they speculated that it might be was it an indoor raptor?
Something like that.
I assume that's one of the new ones from is it Fallen Kingdom, the new one?
Fallen Kingdom, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
I also love that they have a studio tour as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
It makes sense there, actually, when you think about it. You could do it at Twister as well, so it makes sense for them to do it there.
True. Yeah.
Very true.
But
yes.
being able to get out on that balcony would be quite cool, because people who walk past going, who's that? Who's that up there? There must be take a picture. There must be celebrities. And you know that there'll be people, if you go on the annual pass holder group or whatever, there'll be people posted, saw these people on the balcony at Fallon today. Does anyone know who they are? There's your challenge, Chris. Next time you go, you have to do that and see it, and we'll let us know when you go, and then we'll scour the annual pass holder page on Facebook to see if anyone does that.
Keep your sunglasses. Yeah. Keep your sunglasses on.
I'm gonna wear sunglasses, a hoodie, and the hat. Just kind of look really mysterious.
And we'll just start. I mean, Tracy can go in and get Darren to go in, and I think I heard, and just coming up with, Chris Pratt was there last week. Or
What did you call Chris?
I didn't call him a Pratt. That could be quite amusing.
It could be.
But that was a big Little Things. A lot of stuff going on. I'm interested because I know we watched Tim Tracker's latest video from Universal, and he showed that the entrance to the Mummy was closed, and that would make a lot of sense. Now, what they would use that space outside for, with the lockers not being there, I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird move to do unless they have something in mind. I mean, why would you bother moving that around? Yeah. Aesthetically, it doesn't bother anything on the ride.
No.
And it's like you say, it's not a massive space. It's not sort of impeding the exit or the entrance or anything. Nope. So they've got to be spending money to do that for a reason.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the gelato floats. Now, I like myself a good ice cream float.
I don't think I've ever had gelato.
It's just slightly creamier ice cream. It's just better quality.
Just root beer, though.
I know. I wonder if you can actually mix and match your flavours.
I don't see why not. They're not going to come pre-made.
Well, it can't come pre-made because your ice cream melts, so your gelato melts.
Because as an American, are you a fan of root beer?
No, not really. My dad is. Like, he likes root beer, but I was more of a cream soda guy.
Yeah.
It's just weird. We bought a bottle when we came over in 2013, and I had it in the fridge in our hotel room for like 3 weeks, and I kept having a little bit every time because I don't, when you don't really like something, but you don't.
You're trying to like it.
Yeah, and it's just like, I don't hate it, but I don't like it.
It smelled like a medicated cream we have over
That's
here,
and it
tasted like Germaline. And I just one sip, and I was like, "Yep, nope, I'm done."
It's weird.
Past the Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
And the other one, Dr. Pepper too. Not a big fan of that one.
No,
that's you guys have that there.
Yeah, I love Dr. Pepper.
Dr.
Yeah, what's the worst that could happen?
Oh, you're on
I'm
a
full
roll.
of it tonight.
You are. I don't know what it is, but you're full of it. Right.
Come on.
I know. Come on. Put your seatbelts on. Chris, it's time. We need your review because you got to ride Fast and Furious, didn't you?
I did. Not once, but twice, because I had to make sure that what I experienced the first time was what I experienced.
Okay.
So I'll go with some good first, right? So some good, some bad.
Quick,
yeah. So the good thing is they have AC on the inside.
Awesome.
The water fountain in the line. And now to the bad. Yeah. So one of the things that we noticed on the ride, actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's go through the ride experience and I'll say what's good and bad.
I like it.
So we, like I said earlier, the virtual line, we did that. It worked great. We've done it before on Fallon. And when they first did that one, it was kind of hit or miss. But this one, both times we did it, we were able to reserve and went through and barely waited any time to go there. Now, the inside queue is it's pretty cool, right? They have a bunch of cars in there. I believe some of them were used in the movie as well.
Okay.
So, like Maureen was saying, there's a lot of photo ops in there. And especially if you're a car guy, and you're going to see tons of stuff. They use a lot of actual parts in there. So you'll see like, engines taken apart and things all over the walls. And, there's a lot of also, Easter eggs inside there. Mm-hmm. We spent quite a good amount of time trying to look for them. And, every time we found one, we're like, okay, that's cool. Yeah. In the line, right? Expect to have, remember, you're going to the party of all parties, right?
Right.
So expect loud, obnoxious style dance music playing, right? From the moment you get in there.
Really?
Yeah. Well, the inside building, because you're going to go through a little bit of an outside area before you get there. And that's where you see the table,
yes.
With all the bottles and everything. And that was cool. That was cool to see that. Once we get over towards the kind of beginning of the ride, which I would consider the live, show actor area, you have two rooms that you go in through, and they're two like mini little 5-minute things in between, just kind of get crowds in there. And I don't know, they were a little bit awkward, I guess. Okay. I don't know, because they're interacting with the TVs, and it just, I don't know if they just need more time to kind of learn it and own it a little bit more. Yeah. Because like the first time we went, it was really weird. The second time, I guess there were maybe some live actors that had done it longer than the others. And those felt a little bit more natural. And the other thing is, I like that the second time around, I think it was the second room, the girl that was in there, she just kind of played with it a little bit more. So she was just kind of throwing a little more ad lib and kind of making a little bit of a joke as well, which was fun. Yeah. So I like that. Get past that and you're back into more, lovely music. and the whole time, the other thing is if you don't like the word family, you're going to hate this entire queue, because there should be like a thing that somebody counts how many times the word family said. And it was just every 5 seconds. And that was kind of the cringy part too, because it was just like, you're going to be part of our family. You're in the family. We protect our family. Family. Right. The buses get there. And the other thing that was kind of weird to me as well is the storyline, right? Okay. I know they added some stuff here from Hollywood to kind of make it like a story like they did with Kong.
Yeah.
But when me and Alexa were there trying to figure this storyline out, it was kind of weird because we're getting sent to an after party for a race, but at the same time, like the biggest criminal mastermind Owen Shaw is also after us.
Of course.
And it just didn't feel the right time to party. Like we're kind of concerned for our lives right now. So it just has this weird kind of dual vibe going on. The buses get there and it's a giant party bus. It's like the thing that every kid would want to get for like their, birthday party, to have like their friends in there. It's only missing like a pole in the middle of this bus.
Nice.
Does it look like the Kong vehicles then, Chris? Could you tell that's what it was?
Yes, it looks. I mean, the vehicle itself, yes, it had a bunch of decor on it to make it look a little different. One of the things I will say that is good about this is they got from the Kong ride, the vehicle, obviously they brought it over here, but they learned from that ride. So in the Kong ride, when you sit in the front, it's kind of obstructed, right? The windows in front of you are very small, so it's very hard to see. It's kind of a crappy seat to be in on Kong.
Yeah.
On this one, they learned from that, and the windows both that separate you from the fake driver and the front window there and its side windows are all giant windows now.
That's good.
So it gives you a lot more viewing space. I think it was a really smart move on their part, and it works well if you're sitting in the front, which we did sit close to the front one time. You still get some pretty good views going forward. So that was a good thing. Aside from that, it just gets way weirder going down. The storyline, again, we had issues trying to figure out the storyline, whether we were at the party in the beginning or we're trying to get to the party in the middle of like a car chase. You go down a tunnel and it's a fake tunnel to make you feel like you're moving fast, and it works kind of. The only thing that's kind of weird, and I hope they fix this, is it gives this visual. See, the lights are passing you. You feel like you're moving. There's wind blowing at you, but your bus isn't moving. And then you get to the end of the thing, and then it jolts you forward to like start moving again. So it kind of kills that sensation that you were moving. Like you knew now that you were in a stationary position.
So the bus isn't even moving when you're going down that 360 tunnel?
Before this is no screens or anything like that. You're just going down a tunnel. And it's a black tunnel with lights that move on the side that makes it look like street lights kind of passing you. So you move a little bit, you stop, and 10 seconds later, maybe you move again. But that transition isn't done well because it just kind of kills the experience.
Is that near the bit when the truck comes up with the Musion guys on it?
That is right. That's right before it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're getting to the party. That's what it is. You're getting to the party.
Okay.
There's the party scene, which I'm sure you've seen the video online. It's a copy paste from Hollywood.
Yeah.
There's a really cool, they did add like an extra. So there are a couple different rooms that are added extra. There's one that it looks like you're going through like a garage, not a garage, but like a street corner type deal, and there's a bunch of cars there revving their engines and everything, and that was visually cool, and they're real cars, so that was nice. Yeah. That's a big difference between that and Hollywood. And then the chase happens, and you're just in this bus getting chased, by Owen Shaw, right? Now, some of the good things here is I think Universal did a really good job with the effects and whatnot, how they, there's trucks inside of the ride as well, or like, on the screen that are helping you, and they're diesel trucks and they blow out like black smoke. They added these black smoke, blowers in there as well. So that felt really cool.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
It was great. They have, the water effects are in there, which I think they need to just tweak out just a little bit. Because and I kid you not, one of the times that we rode it, we asked to be on the outside because the inside, it was a little hard to kind of see left and right.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting all the way on the left side of the bus. And when that water squirter went off, it wasn't a spray. It was like a direct jet just in my face. Yeah. So they can fix that, a little tweak there. That'll take care of that. I will say when riding it, even though the middle seems kind of weird to ride because you have people on your left and right, it's better, in my opinion, than the outsides. And the reason why is because when you sit on the outside, it completely kills the visuals, because the screens, you can see the cutoff and everything.
Right.
And I don't know why it's so much different than Kong, because when I've ridden on the outside of Kong, I never really realized that aspect. But this one, I would recommend sit in the middle and towards the back a little bit as well. You don't want to be too close to the front. At that point, you just kind of go through this crazy car chase. And then, Kenneth, on his clip last time, talked about the ending. So we were expecting, we didn't know what to expect, really, because we hadn't seen the video until this point. We wanted to come in with an open mind, fresh mind, right? The ending occurs on this ride, and I think Kenneth hit it on the money, right? It is the most weirdest ending to any ride I've ever ridden. When you're there, you still don't know what happened.
Okay.
We didn't know where we were at on this ride. Like it we had to stop and say, wait, did we just get to the party? And how did we get from a highway to this building? And we crashed into it in a bus. Like, I don't know what's happening right now. Also, nothing is talked about any other character, whether you're safe, this, that. It's just very quick ending. You jump off. I mean, not to give anything away, but you jump off a highway in a bus and land in a garage or a warehouse, and that's it. It's crazy.
So what's in the actual warehouse? Anything or nothing?
Nothing. It's just containers. You're in a container warehouse. You escaped Owen Shaw or his, chase, I guess. And
is that the point where you exit the ride and go back into the park?
Yep.
So all that BS about family and stuff, they're not even there at the end.
And you're supposed to be like, surely you would have thought that's where the party happens.
That's what we thought. So we're like, okay, party's going to start now. No, what we think is the party is that first thing in the beginning for like 5 seconds that gets cleared out by an agent. And
then you go into the chase. Yeah. Okay, right. Yeah, that's weird.
So I mean,
could they not have just switched it out and put that at the end?
Well, even for a party where you're walking out, even if they just had like disco lights and loud music, and a bit of dry ice blowing about, at least you get that almost an ending to it.
They could have exited us out in the Minion ride, and we could have partied out there with a Minion and the lights and everything.
Like even as simple as what's gone through my mind is the final section of the Walking Dead house at Halloween Horror Nights 25. Because we came out of that, there was like that Walking Dead techno music coming on. We come walking out of that house. Even just something as simple as that.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Nope, you don't get that. Yeah, it was pretty bad, and we had to write it again just to make sure that we didn't miss something. And it was the same thing. I think the biggest problem I have with it is the storyline, and not just pretend you didn't even watch any Fast and Furious movies and you just come in here just to ride the ride. The storyline's still bad for that one bit that they're showing you there. Fast forward to today. If you had seen any of the previous movies, which I have, I'm a fan of them. They're fun movies to watch. You just got to take any kind of reality out of the movie, right? The guy chasing you in this movie, Owen Shaw, they don't show him dying, but he gets picked up and pretty much gets killed, right?
Okay.
This is the same guy who is now on your side and on your team in the last Fast and Furious movie.
Oh.
That's something I'm like, this is terrible. And it makes sense. I read somewhere, And it made sense because the Hollywood one was opened in like 2015, 2016.
Something like that. It's been open a while.
So at that time, the movie story or the storyline of the movies up until then, he was a bad guy, and that made sense in the storyline. Fast forward another few years when they came out with another 1 or 2 movies, and now he's, you know, basically part of the family, kind of, because he gets on your team at the end of the last one. So it makes even less sense right now, you know, as to why you're just killed him and why is he chasing you.
That's Luke Evans' character. We haven't seen any of the later ones, but I think
they're enjoyable. But that's the issue I have with it, you know, especially coming from Universal, where we've talked about before how well they do rides on giving you an experience within there, but it kind of keeps continuity of everything else. This one completely breaks that, in my opinion.
Okay.
Do you think, and I know it's not going to make that much difference, but do you think it would have made a difference if it had been 3D like it is in Hollywood, Chris?
From a ride experience, I don't think so, to be honest with you. Yeah. And this isn't like, so the second time we rode as well, I just want to say this because I don't want to seem like a Debbie Downer or anything like that, but you come off the ride and you actually hear everybody else around you talking like what just happened. You hear like that was bad. You don't have that applause that you get at an end of a ride. Oh, you made it. Here you go. It was generally bad all around.
Wow.
And I personally don't think that the 3D goggles would have made any difference. I know they use the 4K screens here. And I'll say like the dome you're in is nice how they did it. But the visual effects were really off too. It was really weird. Because since they're putting so much CGI and then the real characters in there, it just didn't blend together very well. And even some of the scenes that you're watching, like one of the things that stand out to me the most, and it really bothers me, even in the Fast and Furious world, is at one part of the ride, you know, you got Dominic Toretto in his Challenger right next to you saying, "We got you, fam. We're going to save you." He jumps out of his car onto what looks like a helicopter, but it's also misproportioned in size. Some people say it's a drone helicopter. It looks like a real one. He flies over to the other side of your vehicle. I think he punches something. And 2 seconds later is back in his car jumping with you. Like, it's the weirdest.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, you got to ride it to see like what I'm saying in that aspect, but it's such a weird experience. And the story just does not flow well in there.
That sounds really odd.
You mentioned that there. So I saw someone post, I think it might have been the annual pass holder group today, about the proportion for the image. They show Vin Diesel hanging off the bottom of something, and they're saying, "Come on, who designed this poster? Was it a 12-year-old kid? Because there's no way you could grab on underneath that with the arm span that he is."
And in the ride, I would say he's like 3/4 of the helicopter size. So, you know, the proportions are just way off, unless it's like a mini toy helicopter,
which wouldn't hold his weight.
Wouldn't match.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's a theme park ride. I know that someone commented, it's like, do you have an issue with kids on brooms in the Harry Potter rides then? Do you have a problem with superheroes doing things in Spider-Man?
No, but that's within the realms of their world.
Yeah, I suppose it's supposed to be.
This is set in real life.
It's just such a weird one. I think, like, listening to you talk about it, Chris, and then going back to what Kenneth said, I think they got away with it with Kong because what they brought over from Hollywood allowed them to be able to tell a story around it, whereas this really doesn't. Yeah.
And it's the weirdest thing because in essence, they're both the same ride vehicles. They're both the same ride technologies and systems. But one is in a completely different league than the other. Like, I actually enjoy Kong now. When I first rode Kong, you know, I was a little bummed that it wasn't, you know, something more thrilling. But now when we go back, we'll ride it and we enjoy it. I think the props, the sets, everything, it's kind of cool. And the way they built a story around it, it worked out really well.
Yeah.
You know, the storyline is nice. This one, you know, the props, the queue line, all that is really, you know, really nicely designed. But the storyline, I think because they didn't change a single thing from the California one or the Hollywood one, they just couldn't make it work. I mean, I think if they had a budget to do something and maybe re-record some stuff or add a little extra line, it could have been a little bit better. But like I said, to me, the biggest issue was the storyline. I can give, I can give them the visual effects and stuff. It's a CGI based ride.
Yeah.
It's a screen. I can give them that. That's not a problem. But the story was it's all out of place. It's really weird.
Like you say as well, the good thing with Kong was it's not really based on any specific movie. It's kind of got elements from Skull Island. It's got elements from the Peter Jackson one, but it's a self-contained thing that even if that the Kong portion of the tram tour was made 10 years ago, they still could have imported it into Orlando and it would have still made the same sense it does now. Like you're saying with Fast and Furious, because it's been 2 or 3 years since it opened at Hollywood, and the fact that we've had 1 or 2 movies since then, and the whole storyline of the entire franchise has changed, that story that they're trying to tell in that now doesn't make any sense at all.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, something else I wanted to ask. So basically, when you're queuing, you're waiting to get on the party bus. Yeah. So this is the party that's after the race. Do you see the race?
No,
you don't see the race.
So you're basically crashing a party. If because who goes to a party after an event they've not even been to? Really, it's like going to the wedding reception, not the wedding.
Oh my god, it gets
right.
You're just making it sound even worse.
I know, but that doesn't make any sense.
It's hard to do.
Oh hey strangers, hey, you haven't been to see the race. Come to our party because you're family. Yeah. So what they could have done was even have a section where, look, the race is happening. We can't get you there, but we can live stream it as people are going in.
Now that'd have been a good idea.
Just
because if you sat on the bus at that point, you could put it up on the screens on the bus.
Well, what I was going to say was give everybody, however many cars are racing, they each have a different colour, give everybody a flag. That's the car you're representing, you're rooting for. So everybody waves, like with glasses, you put them back at the end and they get recirculated round. It gets people involved in something, gives people something to cheer for. But I mean, I know they've got all the interactive stuff in the queue line.
Yeah.
But
and I think, and just to add to that, I think that extra scene that they added before the chase is, remember I told you there's a scene where you have, or like open set, where you have cars kind of there revving their engine and everything. I think that may be the end of the race, but you never saw it. Like you're getting there and everybody's done. And they're like, here we are.
I need to dissect this a little bit. Go on, sorry.
I was just going to say, so basically you're dropped in the middle of a story and you're taken out before the end. So you miss the beginning, you miss the end. You're just in the middle. It's just confusion.
Right. So Chris, you've got the scene where the truck comes up and Toretto and whoever it is are on there and they say something, yeah?
Yes.
Is that before the revving cars bit?
I want to say yes. Yeah, that's...
So they come up on the truck. You then enter the room with the revving cars.
Uh-huh.
And then there's the party.
No. The party was... God, you got me now. Hold on.
I'm just trying to get this straight in my head before I rip it to bits.
That's the thing we were trying to figure out, if that room... So you have the room with Tyrese. I forgot his name. Todd. No, not Taj. You have Tyrese in there, and then you have a bunch of people dancing. So we thought that was the party that you got to.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that, if I remember correctly, it's going to come after the revving cars thing, but you're not there for a while. It's there for maybe the party's going on while you get there, and it's broken up immediady.
Right. So what does the agent break it up for?
That's the other thing that I don't understand. and watching it the second time, I had to go back and like try to see if in the movies this is something. An agent is coming around and he comes to break up the party, tells everybody to leave, and then Tyrese's character tells Tyrese's character, get on the ground, we're going to arrest you. And he's like, you don't know who you're dealing with right now. And that's when Vin Diesel comes up from behind with Letty and this huge truck.
Yes.
Threatens him. And then, what's his name? The Rock comes in with an even bigger gun. They go, I have a gun. He goes, mine's bigger. And he's like, Vin Diesel's like, take this agent out of here. I was so confused. I'm like, isn't he a federal agent? Why are you guys doing this? to a federal agent here. And then that's when Tyrese's character, he gets a phone call, and somehow Owen Shaw tracked him within 2 seconds and is there in front of the building.
Oh my
and
God.
like he's supposed, and then The Rock goes outside, Hobbs, and he's like, I'll take care of this. And he just tries to deflect him from you. And yeah. So, but I don't understand why the agent, did that. Maybe I'm missing something, or something in the movies happened.
But then, surely, right, this is the thing with an attraction at a theme park, and this is one of the things I like with a lot of what Universal Orlando have done with their rides based on films. You don't necessarily need to have seen the films to enjoy the attraction.
Yes.
So you're saying, I don't know whether this agent's got something to do with the movies. It shouldn't have to be. You shouldn't have to have seen the films to go in and still get something out of it.
I agree.
Yep.
And if you're confused, having seen all the films, the average guest going and who's never seen any of them is going to be going, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. The only thing I can think of for an average guest going in is they just, have never been to Universal, and they just sit on this, crazy loud sound, engines revving, rockets flying, screaming, yelling attraction that they got sprayed on, and some black smoke happened, and that was it. And like, okay, yep. Yeah, that happened. But from an actual, enjoying it for what it is or what it should be, I don't see anybody that can get an experience that I think Universal wanted to give or should have given.
Oh dear.
It's such a weird one when you obviously I understand their motives. We kind of discussed it 2 weeks ago when they're trying to put things in for the time being that the R&D's already done. So the actual cost of them putting that attraction in isn't the same as putting something entirely brand new in there. And the same with Kong.
Mm-hmm.
The groundwork for everything had already been done. It's just like they did with Kong, and like they kind of done with this is building the facade and the backstory around it to flesh it out and it be more than just a 360 tunnel. So I understand it from that point of view. I understand why they've gone with a lot of screens because, you only have to look at Expedition Everest with the Yeti being down. But at the end of the day, you take that Yeti out of Expedition Everest and it's still a great attraction.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, on top of that, if you're going to compare Kong and Fast and Furious, right? We've talked about this before, where you had a ride like Jaws. People love Jaws. They took away Jaws, but they gave you an amazing ride.
Yep. Well, a whole area, not just
Correct. Yeah, they did an amazing job with that. Here, they took off, Disaster and Beetlejuice, took up this ginormous area and then gave you this. Whereas Kong was an extra area there. They didn't take away anything. I think that's another big factor in there. And especially when I read comments on the pass holder page, I see that as well. I see a theme where people are upset as well with how much area this is taken up. And I honestly think, I said it jokingly, but it probably is real. I think this is the biggest queue in any ride in the parks because I feel the ride that we do is not that big. So they have so much space there. It's being taken up by a line to see cars and everything on the inside because they have a lot of sectioned off areas in the queue. So it's taking up a lot of real estate right there. Yeah,
the video that we watched, the vlog that Kenneth did, that room with all the cars in looks huge.
It is. It's very big. So it almost looks like a warehouse.
Yeah. Yeah, it's such a weird... And it's not at the back of the park, but it's at a place in the park that you want people to make a beeline for. That's the whole point, is to put, like they did with Diagon Alley, to put it at the back of the park, and then you put things in the way, but you want people to move to the back of the park because that's where you put the attractions that people want to ride.
But it's also virtually at a pinnacle point because you can come at it from 3 different directions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that should be a prime attraction. Really. That should be something like a siren call to people where it is because, with all those pathways leading to it, the visual across the lagoon and everything. Oof. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said 2 weeks ago, I'm finding it harder and harder to justify and back what Universal are doing. I know Seth actually wrote an article for the Orlando Weekly saying he feels that this is the biggest misstep that Universal have ever made.
Apart from taking Jaws out. in my humble opinion.
I would kind of agree with him on that.
Yeah, I do.
Like we were talking there, after the ride, and we were just kind of saying, like, how long do you think this is going to last here? Like, what? I'm already thinking about what this can be replaced as. That's how much of a bad experience I had in there. And I'm not, I'm a Universal fan at heart.
Yeah.
But this one was, it's kind of upsetting when you see something what they are capable of doing, and then just putting this there in its place.
I have no words. I'm disappointed because obviously, we do this show. We want this park to thrive. We want everything to hit it out the park. And this is just, this has been a foul ball, hasn't it?
I just don't know what they would do with it, because it's one of those attractions, at least from what we're seeing and obviously we're immersed in theme park geekery all the time, and we look at things very differently from the average person, but I can't see anybody wanting to ride it more than twice, like you did, Chris. You'd ride it once and go, what the hell was that? I need to ride it again. And then come out and go, it was crap. And it's not something that people are going to want to ride over and over and over again. So, I mean, how long before the lines for that ride drop substantially, because they're wanting it? That's the big draw for this summer. That's what they've opened this year. For last year it was Volcano Bay. Next year it's going to be the Potter Coaster. This is their big draw for the summer. And yes, you splatter Fast and Furious all over your marketing, and everyone's going to be like, brilliant. If they're not involved in it like we are, watching YouTube videos and stuff like that, they're going to go, oh, brilliant, there's a Fast and Furious ride, need to go and ride that. They're going to get on it and go, that's the least Fast and Furious thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was funny because we even would ask, when we're getting either some food or drinks or something like that. We were in the Simpsons area getting a Duff, and we're just sitting down there, and we like to ask the guys. We hadn't ridden it yet. We're like, oh, what do you think about the new Fast and Furious ride? And everybody kind of would have to pause and be like, it's interesting. And I'm like,
diplomatic.
Yeah,
team members, you're not allowed to go, don't ride it, it's crap.
Now you mentioned food, and we mentioned Kong, the comparisons and everything earlier. So Kong has the Kong dog. I have to be careful I said that. Fast and Furious. What's that going to have?
It won't have anything.
Rotten tomatoes.
Aha.
Yeah.
It's just I know, again, someone posted the Annual Pass holder page today saying all I'm seeing is negative comments. Do you think that Universal would pull this out due to all the negative press?
Who
And it's
knows?
like, well, they can't. They're not going to, because they've got to invested a few $1 million in it.
And I've got to say, what I'm seeing, it's not negative comments coming from us podcasters, bloggers, and like
it's
the
annual
professionals, if you like.
It's Annual Pass holders.
But I'm seeing this from people who are going on one-off holidays as well and coming back, whose kids were looking forward to it, and they've come off just going, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
And it's just, I'm seeing disappointment on all levels, and I've never seen this before, and it really saddens me.
Yeah, but this is where, like I said before, that Seth always says, if you're unhappy with something, go to guest services. Universal need to, if people want to affect what those parks become, and it might not affect Fast and Furious, they're not going to change it.
Well, not
they
immediately.
They might add some effects. I don't think they will. They might add some effects. They might, I don't know, whatever they can do. But it'll affect what comes next.
Do we actually know what the fastest turnaround on a ride has ever been?
I want to say it was Transformers, because that was something like 11 months from.
I don't mean building. I mean opening,
from opening to close.
closing.
That's an interesting question.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I'll have to do a little digging on that.
That is an interesting question.
Because then you're going to be looking at the lowest figure. You're going to be looking at, they're going to aim to keep it open at least. I'm thinking it's going to be there at least 5 years.
I've heard
to get the money's worth out of it.
Listening to podcasts who know a lot more about the theme park industry than we do, they reckon the longevity of an attraction that theme parks generally want is 10 to 15 years.
They're not going to get that out of this.
Like, how long you think Jaws? How long was Jaws open? Like 12 years. No, 22 years.
Yes, I was going to say, yeah.
Someone else is just My maths has been terrible lately.
Yeah, it's been
Sorry,
horrendous. ET, opening day attraction.
T2 3D's been, I want to say it opened in 98.
So that's 20 years. That was up like 19 years then.
Yeah.
Men in Black.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're looking, that fits about right, 15 to 20 years.
I'm going to look into some of the other.
I'm quite
the other
intrigued,
stuff.
actually.
Yeah.
You're going to be looking at stuff like Jimmy Neutron to Despicable Me, I think could be an
Yeah,
interesting
that
one
whole-
to look
yeah,
at.
with
Off
the
Hanna-Barbera to Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah. See, sometimes I do come up with good things.
That's interesting to see, actually.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, I personally think if they're not going to, take it down, which they're not going to take it down
No, they're
right
not.
away. It's going to be there for a handful of years at
Yeah.
least. Right? I think even redoing the storyline would make a difference because you're going to have
just
that
clarify
bus
some
ride.
points.
Yes, yeah. I think the reason why they copy pasted the entire ride from over there is because there's some high level or high profile celebrities in there that would cost some money to reshoot things.
Yeah.
Fair enough, yes.
But I mean, if I feel like if there's that much of a negative persona or kind of backlash from everybody in there, there may be a point where they're gonna have to say, guys, we have to do something to make people like this ride. So
Yeah.
maybe they reshoot some of the tunnel scenes or just the storyline, pieces of the storyline to clarify, make things more understandable.
You wonder how tied creative hands were. It might have been come right down from the top, said, we want that attraction in there. You're not reshooting anything. That's what you've got to work
Make
at.
it work.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'd feel guilty about us being so negative about this if Chris hadn't been and done it firsthand. Because then, so it's not all hearsay.
Yeah.
I would have felt bad.
I agree.
I do feel, though, we should try and end this discussion on a positive note. So, Chris, give me something positive about it.
Positive.
Dig deep. Where there are screens, is it good viewing? Is it crystal clear?
Yes. There's a positive, right? So, like I said earlier, they learned from another ride and they made it better.
Yes.
So they gave us, the ride vehicle was improved over the last ride vehicle. And I noticed that right off the bat. And I said, that's a good, good sign right there, because a lot of people did complain about sitting in the front seat, myself included, on Kong. It's not that great.
Yeah.
They did that. That was good. The other thing, like I said, is the actual screen area that you're in, one of the tunnels, it just felt a little different. So it was kind of reversed, right? In Kong, I don't feel like I see the floor when I sit on the edge. Here I do. However, on this one, I feel like the area around and above you just seems more open and wide, and it kind of gives it a better, more maybe screen real estate to play with.
Right.
And again, this could just be my mental, like when at that time, that's what what I thought. But that's the point, right? The point is to make you believe that this is happening, or this experience. So they did improve on Kong in that aspect of ride vehicles and the actual tunnel, and their theming of an actual ride and queue is getting better and better all the time.
Yeah,
I think the way they themed this one out, all the Easter eggs they put in there, the interactiveness of the queue in there. Like I said, like we would play the little game, the trivia game, and that was fun for us. That's all positive. I think, they did a great job with that. I think they're going to keep on improving and having this follow into their other rides. So,
Good.
Yeah.
Right. I feel better now we've kind of ended on a bit of a positive note.
Yes.
Okay.
And of course, Dominic Toretto's waiting for you at the end of the ride. Outside in the gift shop. Yeah, you can take a picture with him.
Yeah.
Put a hat on him.
It's at the end of the day, it's still one of those things. If you're going and you're like, I'm not riding it now because everyone says it's crap.
No,
still go and ride it, because it might
Yes.
do something for you that it didn't do for Chris.
yeah.
Go ride it and ride it twice. It's a virtual line experience. So as long as you get there in the beginning of the day, you can get a ticket for it, come back. And like I said, the virtual line is way better than that of like the Fallon ride. Because in Fallon, when we've done it before, and it's been a while since we've done the virtual queue and then waited another hour, going through pre-show and all that till they call your number or your color. to go ride the ride. This one, I think they're really getting this virtual line queue, set up nicely and working nicely. So yeah, go ride it a second time just to make sure you may love it. We could have different opinions, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And if you do love it, contact us. podcast@uuopodcast.com.
Yeah.
Tell us what you love about it.
Fight your corner.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
because, as I say, I want things to succeed.
I would love to hear other people's opinions of
Absolutely.
positive about that ride. So.
Definitely.
Brilliant. Right, we are fast running out of time. So
Well, we've just spent about 40 minutes talking about
really? Wow. Let's just digest all of that while we have a rumour mill, please.
Hi, this is Alicia Stella with news from the Rumor Mill. Today I want to talk about the current state of Nintendo for Universal Orlando. While the original plans for Super Nintendo World had the Kids Zone area of USF being replaced with Mario Kart, Yoshi, and Donkey Kong, several news outlets have been reporting rumors that those plans have changed. Reportedly, Pokemon is being eyed for the Kids Zone instead. Although I've actually heard that DreamWorks Trolls, or even properties like Hello Kitty, may be contenders for a refresh of that area. As for Nintendo, the prevailing theory is that it's being saved for the new park Universal is currently planning, that will be built on their new huge plot of land located south of the current property. Some out there believe that Super Nintendo World will be one of many lands for the new fourth gate, while others hold on to hope that the new park will be entirely devoted to only Nintendo-based attractions, which to me sounds like an insane idea, yet the rumor persists. I'm reminded of the mid-1990s when Jurassic Park The Ride was originally being designed for Universal Studios Florida. It was going to go where the Men in Black alien attack is now, which was just a Swamp Thing set at the time. But when the plans for an all-cartoon character-based theme park changed next door to a more broad adventure theme, it was decided to bring Jurassic Park over there to anchor the resort's second gate. Islands of Adventure opened in 1999, and Orlando ended up getting its Jurassic Park ride 3 years after Hollywood, even though originally it was planned to get it first. If Nintendo ends up going to the new park, history could be repeating itself. We likely won't see the first Nintendo rides like Mario Kart for at least an additional 2 years than we originally thought. So instead of 2021, we might be looking at 2023, or maybe even later. And that's a long time to wait. Who knows? Maybe there was just a brief delay in the original Kids Zone plans and they're still on the table. All I know is right now, I don't think anyone actually knows what's going on for certain. That's all for now. Be sure to check out the monthly Rumor Mill articles at UUOpodcast.com. See you next time.
Cool.
Yeah, I wish they'd just announced something.
Yes.
Like, give us an idea of what we're going to get in some sort of Super Nintendo World. I mean, they haven't really still made any announcements about the Potter Coaster.
Nope.
You've seen all the construction going on in the lagoon for the new nighttime show, and we know nothing about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That does look interesting, all the stuff
Very
they're
much
putting in
so.
the lagoon, mind. Very.
It's moving fast too.
Yeah, it's going to be... They need something. I've said before, I enjoyed Cinematic Spectacular. It wasn't what I wanted, but they need a finale for both parks, not just the studios.
Told you.
Yeah.
Put the sharks in there.
I think they're expecting a large crowd for that because they tore up the entire Central Park area.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
And they're even I was watching a Tim Tracker video the other day, and they even showed how it's kind of leveling.
Yeah.
They're adding like little layers or levels so you can have larger crowd capacity watching the show from there. So
See, I'm not sure how I feel about that because I like that
area.
Yeah, I like that
I
area.
loved that area before, yeah.
But
We'll see.
if what's coming is amazing,
we'll
then
see.
we'll be happy.
Yeah.
So, okay. And finally, we have some Dead Man's Digest news, don't we, Lee?
Yes, Halloween Horror Nights. We've had, a couple of announcements so far, and I am proud to announce that the Dead Man's Digest is back.
Yay!
So if you go back into your feed, the episode before this was the Season 3, Episode 1. Darren, Travis and Nina discuss Stranger Things and Dead Exposure and all things we know about Halloween Horror Nights 28.
Yes, I have that ready to listen to in the morning.
Yes, I will be listening to it tomorrow.
Yes.
So nice to see a Dead Man's Digest so early in the year.
Absolutely.
I know.
Yes, Nina was very excited. So we're talking Halloween in May.
I love it.
Yes. Awesome. So that's going to be it for show 299, the last show of the 200s.
Yeah, Wow.
Wow. So for Lee, for Chris, and myself, this has been the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast.
Cut. Print. That's a wrap for another episode of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Never miss a show by subscribing on Apple Podcasts and leave us a rating and review while you're there. Not an Apple user? You can listen on Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio, or your podcatcher of choice. Email us any questions or comments to podcast@uuopodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, Instagram, and Pinterest. Just search UUO Podcast. Keep up with the latest news, rumors, and updates on our blog at uuopodcast.com. Thanks for listening. See you next week.